Hey, kickers and defenses. Chev, we are back for week 15. Fantasy football playoffs are happening. Calls of the week. The Miami Dolphins got us 21 points, 13% on ESPN, 18% on Sleeper last week when we recommended them. The Rams got 11 points for you. Rams will make her dance. Then we got the Broncos. Smoke them if you got them. 13 and a half points. Tough run out for the Browns, but will faithfully go back to attacking the Titans week over week. It has been profitable. But hey, things happen, and shout out to Shador Sanders. Tremendous game. So keep your head up, bud. Cam Little, kicker, 11 points. You love to see it. Will Reichard, when we said, look, if everything's picked over, get something, he got you something. 8 points. Now we go smoke them if you got them. The Texans at home versus the Cardinals. We saw what the Rams were able to get, double-digit points. And the beauty is the Texans have feasted. They're a top-tier defense. Problem is, can't get them on the waivers. But if you got them, you smoke them. You go with the Texans defense at home. Of note, no more bye weeks. We can pick our usual cast of characters, right? The Raiders, Jets, Titans, Panthers, depending on what Bryce Young wants to do week to week. And then we're going to talk about a little bit later the Colts. RIP, Daniel Jones. Tough scene. You hate to see it. Here's our look-ahead defense. Eagles, week 15, home versus the Raiders. Currently a 38.5 over-under. What is going on? Eagles favored by 12.5. Don't be dismayed by what happened on Black Friday. Don't be dismayed for what has been happening. These are the Raiders. 58% on ESPN. So you can attack the Eagles defense, still get them a decent amount. 72% on Sleeper. So it's a little bit trickier there, but still 38%. I'll take it. Or 28%. Sorry, math is hard. Picking on the Raiders. The Eagles got outclassed by the Bears on Black Friday. We go back to the well versus bad teams. It's a good process that pays off for us. Speaking of a defense that has been very good for us this year and in the last month, talk to us, Chev. Jaguars defense versus the Jets.
Your best ability is always profitability. And so we're going to profit anytime that we involve the Jets in this show. So we've got the Jags defense. It's a 41.5 point over under, and they're favored by 11.5. We just saw them shut down the Colts once prolific offense. Quick recovery, prayers up for Daniel Jones if you believe in that sort of thing. But now back to the Jaguars. They're 41% rostered on ESPN, 43% rostered on Sleeper. This ends our 3 of 4 game stretch recommending the Jaguars. Week 16 versus the Broncos, probably not. Week 17, we've got, they'll be back facing the Colts again, who won't have Daniel Jones, but they might have Anthony Richardson, which could be a boat. So we'll hold our breath and see if we'll recommend them then. But either way, they could be a profitable streamer for you. And again, the best ability is profitability on Kickers and Defense show. So why don't you tell us about another team that's been pretty profitable for us in targeting them?
Hey, we teased it in the opener. 49ers defense versus the Titans. And now emergency alert. 49ers look ahead week 16 at the Colts. Daniel Jones out with the torn Achilles. The over-under, 44.5. Niners favored by 13.5. 23% on ESPN rostership are the 49ers. 34% on Sleeper. So you're getting a 2-week play at the crux of your playoffs. Look, you know how it goes. You got some team, 2 or 3 teams who might hoard a couple defenses. They're not active, and you can't go out and get your Broncos. You can't go out and get your Texans or your Seahawks. Go out and get your 49ers. Try and go and get them. It's a 2-week play now, sadly, with what has happened with Daniel Jones. Tell us, Chev, Chicago Bears versus Browns. What do you think?
Bears. The Bears are taking on the Cleveland Browns this week, and we just saw life from that offense for the first time for the vast majority of the season. Shador Sanders, contractually obligated to do the thing, is going to unfortunately face a team that's really good at forcing turnover. So we're just gradually moving forward with the assumption that teams are getting more film on Shador Sanders, and the Bears are a team that has a high interception rate, currently leading the NFL in interceptions. Shout out to Kevin Byard and all the boys over there. So why don't you tell us about your look ahead spot, because you can't win championships if you don't plan ahead.
Hey, and speaking of championships, the Kansas City Chiefs, they know about it. 23% on ESPN, 40% on Sleeper. Chiefs defense at the Titans. Look ahead defense. 7 games of 8 or more points are the Chiefs. The Titans are a process play, 210 points. And we talked about it last couple of years, or weeks, sorry. It's felt like years. The Saints defense, barf alert, week 15, Panthers at home. Jets at home, week 16. Week 17 at the Titans. We're talking everybody's been taken. You go for the Saints. They're sub 10% or near that 10% mark. So good opportunity there. And let's hear from the Podfather about Fast Draft.
Pour one out for an incredible best ball season. It was a breakout 2025 for Fast Draft, but now the NFL action has started. That means it's DFS season. That's right. You might think, oh, wow, DFS, I can't win DFS. Oh, but you can on Fast Draft. You just pick any 6 guys and you put them in a handful of booster spots. There's no salary rubric you have to follow. You're not going up against thousands of killer bots in these tournaments. Oh, no. These are regular people grabbing their 6 favorite plays of the week, and that's all you have to do. And we post the ownership so that you can choose how much chalk you want. There is no drafting. It's called the Quick 6 Super Slam. The Quick 6 Super Slam is the signature DFS contest at Fast Draft. It is changing DFS. We are making DFS great again. So go to fastdraft.app and use your host promo code for a $50 deposit match, and let's go start drafting faster.
Chev, it looks like we have like another Jason Myers glitch with Kaimi Fairbairn. What is going on?
Well, the infinite money glitch that you're referring to is the Houston Texans kicker, and his name is Kaimi Fairbairn. So you've got a 43.5 point over under. They're taking on the Cardinals. If for some reason the Texans offense can't figure out ways to score, they're going to figure out ways to score with Kaimi Fairbairn. So he's 39% rostered on ESPN, 48% rostered on Sleeper. And it seems like we're getting punked here because Fairbairn is perpetually available. 9 games of 9 or more points. I don't know what you can I don't know what more you can ask for. I mean, I guess you could ask for like Brandon Aubrey or whatever. But I mean, keep in mind that Cam Little had a streak where he scored -1 points over a 2-week span if you have points for missed kicks. So 9 games of 9 or more points, pretty reliable. These are prime conditions indoors versus a weak Falcons team. So, I mean, Cardinals, sorry, got my birds confused. My bad. So the only downside is if for some reason the Texans turn into the greatest show on turf and score 5 touchdowns and it's just an extra point fest for Kaimi. But we believe in Nick Caley to fail us continually. So we're going to roll with Kaimi Fairbairn this week. Tell us about your kicker in a must-win game for both teams.
Well, Andy Borregales goes on a bye, and drafters and fancy gamers said, hey, see you later. 8% on Sleeper, 37% on ESPN. Is there a glitch like the NFL Red Zone had today where I'm looking up, I'm searching, and my eyes see what I see? How is this happening? Talk about a mass dropping over week 14 bye. Last 3 games, Andy Borregales has had 9, 18, and 14 points, tied to Drake May. This is going to be a process play now for years. We talk about, hey, hitch your wagon to somebody like Lamar, hitch it to Joe Burrow, truck trailer, and you ride that high, get in the loop with Tyler Loop, get in the zone, auto zone. Like, you've got just great opportunity here. Currently, the over-under versus the Bills, 49.5, and you're favored by 1.5 points. So you have lots of opportunity there. Now, are you going to go with Matt Gay or Eddy Pineiro? What's going on with the 49ers this week?
Listen, nobody knows anything about anything right now. But what we do know is this could be a high-scoring environment for all the kickers involved. So I would even go as far as to say maybe you can desperation play Joey Sly, one of the slickest legs in all of the NFL. So, but we're not going to talk thruple kickers here. We're going to focus on the 49ers side. And the 49ers side, we got Matt Gay. We got Eddy Pineiro. Matt Gay's 14% roster on ESPN, 15% roster on Sleeper. Eddy Pineiro, second in kicker scoring behind Brandon Aubrey for quite some time. If he returns from IR, okay, we're talking about this is the time, okay? The bye week has come and gone for the 49ers, which sucks if you were trying to get into the playoffs this week. But nevertheless, he's only 13% rostered on ESPN, 8% rostered on Sleeper. This is a game where they could kick 6 or 7 extra points. You end up happy. If they stall out in the red zone a couple times, you're looking at double digits. So do with that information what you will to advance in the fantasy playoffs. Send us home, Coach.
Hey, we'll see you next week. Kickers and defense. Hope you win. Hope you advance.
From the Podfather to you, I deeply appreciate you tuning in. And many ask, what can I do? What can I do to help support the hosts, the research they do, the production costs? Go to PlayerProfiler.com, Dynasty Deluxe, World Famous Draft Kit, Rankings, DFS Dominator, and of course, data analysis. Subscribe to any one of those, and you support all of us and take Player Profiler to the moon.